Hello, all you cats and kittens out there. It's your girl Dash, and this is weeknights solo Dash, actually, because JD is not here today. Sorry. He will be back, but just not today. But we have some things that we should talk about. As you know, this is where we give you the latest, the greatest, and the shameless, mostly from the famous of the entertainment industry. And we have a few things to discuss. Now, I feel that I should start with a Drake update because why not? He is all abuzz right now in the streets. If you are interested in hip hop, if you are just out in the world today, then you probably know about what's going on. So last week, I came on here very annoyed at Drake because I felt like he just kept sending out these little tidbits, these little teasers that really didn't mean anything and really didn't make much of an impact, I think, about his Iceman album. He has been talking about this Iceman project for, I don't know, almost 2 years, it seems like. And it's actually annoying. It was annoying for me. Maybe not for everybody else, but definitely for me. Because I just feel like, get to it already. If you're putting out a new album, put out that new album. And I hope it's going to be great. He is saying that it's going to be great. People are going to be playing this uh, years from now. So we will see if that happens. But in the meantime, there was no date last week. And then, of course, I guess he heard me complaining about the shenanigans and he did something big. He went ahead and had blocks of ice delivered to downtown Toronto. He was there to oversee the project, of course, but blocks of ice and basically said, Iceman, he posted it to his social media accounts and he said Iceman is coming soon and he says the release date is inside of the ice. Of course, you know, this created buzz. I mean, it's Drake after all. And no matter what I might say about Drake or how annoyed with him I might be, the reality of the situation is people love Drake and they're going to show up for something like this. So naturally, people flocked to the blocks of ice. It really ended up creating one big block of ice. People flocked to this, and well, between using fire and metal and whatever else people could get their hands on to help them, um, a streamer by the name of Kishka, I believe that's how you say his name. I am not familiar with him. I don't know a whole lot about the streaming world. But what I do know is he found the insert that had the booklet that said that Drake's album will be out on May 15th. Now, Drake, I just want you to know, okay? Let this, please, rather let me ask something of you. Let me request something of you. Please don't change this date. You made all those people do all that work. They were climbing on top of the ice. This one guy had a torch in his hand trying to melt the ice. Like it was madness. Okay. Look it up if you have not seen or heard about this. Look it up. The videos are crazy. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to use this lavalier mic, so I hope I'm not knocking it or whatever. I really shouldn't be wearing really shouldn't really shouldn't have put this on. So let's just take that off. Anyway, so yeah, this is this is what the gentleman did. I mean, I honestly thought this was brilliant. I know some people didn't like this, and I totally understand because Drake has been annoying as far as I'm concerned at this point with rolling out Iceman. But I thought this was genius. If you saw the crowds of people that were trying to get to this ice, you would understand. I think he did a phenomenal job on rolling this out. At least this piece of the rollout. I gotta be honest. So now we're getting a Drake album on May 15th. My question is it going to be a good Drake album or is it going to be a forgettable one? Drake is saying that it's going to be a great album. So we will listen. I don't know if my co-host is gonna listen. Y'all know he don't really like Drake that much. He's probably only gonna listen um if there's like a 2 p.m. in Guatemala or 4 a.m. in I don't know, Honduras. So we'll see. Or I don't know, like a 5 p.m. in Sheboygan. I really don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But what I will say is I will listen to this. I'm not super psyched about a Drake album coming out, but I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna check it out and I'm gonna see what happens because, well, I mean, he's one of the biggest hip hop artists of our time. So it's kind of hard to just ignore or avoid it anyway. But that's the Drake update. I eat my words because he did have an album date coming. So yeah. Um I guess we'll be looking out for that in a month. Speaking of albums though, there is an album that is coming out this week. And I apologize. My setup is a little bit different right now because I am doing a solo pod. So I don't have, and my laptop is dead. Trust me, I tried it already. But I did want to talk about Kehlani's album that is coming out on Friday, April 24th of this week. And just remind y'all that y'all know heat is coming because Kehlani understands the assignment always. What I did want to point out though is they have dropped the features for this album. There's a lot of features. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure yet. You got to listen to the album in order to determine that. So I can't wait until it's time to do that. But what I will say is the features are good features. I'm going to just give y'all a few. I don't think this is all of them, but this is a lot of them. So we know already, we talked about the Missy Elliott track. So we know Missy Elliott is on the album, but it's also been announced that Leon Thomas will be on the album, T-Pain, Lil Wayne, Usher, the Clips. Who else? I got one more person here. My pen was running out of ink. Brandy will be on the album. Little John. This sounds like this is gonna be a fun album. And that excites me. This sounds like it's going to be super duper fun. The moment I saw T-Pain, the moment I saw Little John, I said, oh, okay, I see what type of time we're on, and I'm with it. I'm here for it. Again, Kehlani knows what to do. Okay, she understands the assignment. She sounds amazing, and I'm so excited for Brandy to be on the album also because unless it's just gonna be like a rendition of Folded, but I'm assuming it's a new song. But I'm excited for Brandy to be on the album because I always talk about how the reason I love Kehlani so much is because she reminds me of Brandy in a lot of ways. So I'm really excited for them to be collaborating and can't wait to hear what that sounds like. You know, in addition to what we've already heard, because Folded we did get that the Brandy version of Folded. So yeah, so I'm psyched about that. I know JD is psyched about that, way more excited about that than Drake's album coming out on May 15th. But you gotta take all of it together at the same time. So there we are. I do have a movie review for y'all before I let y'all go. You, Me, and Tuscany, Halle Bailey, Reggae Jean Pierre, Will Packer production. Okay, we know Will Packer. If you've seen Girls Trip, it's not the only thing he's done. But if you've seen Girls Trip, then you know who Will Packer is. Esteemed film producer. I mean, Will Packer does his thing. Okay. Now, first of all, I just want to say justice for rom-coms because I I know that they're coming back now. It seems like this is the vibe. Maybe people were asking for it, whatever it is. I know I've been asking for them. I feel like instead of giving us rom-coms now around Valentine's Day, they give us horror films, which I kind of understand the logic around there. If people are wanting to be single and go out, they don't have to be bogged down by the lovers in the rom-coms. But I think there could be a decent balance between the two. I really don't feel like rom-coms are dead and shouldn't exist anymore. I don't believe that. So I love romantic comedies, and I'm always looking forward to one. I know they're not going to be the most groundbreaking movies I have ever seen, but I also know that a lot of times they will make you feel good. They will make you laugh. They will annoy you a little bit, but they will make you feel things. And that's what I love about them. Also, they're very easy to watch. They don't require a whole lot of um, intellectual thought. They don't require just a whole lot of investment. You could just watch it and enjoy it. Just be entertained for the purpose of being entertained. And that's why I like romantic comedies. I know it's not for everybody, but they are for me. So I promptly went. This review is actually a little late. I did see it opening weekend, but I went to see Yumi and Tuscany. I was really excited about this. I love Halle Bailey. I like Reggae Jean Pierre. I just felt like the pairing was a good pairing. I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that there was this movie. It was going to be set in Italy, so I was excited about it. Also, I feel like rom-coms are typically predominantly white, um, especially the ones that they put a lot of money and a lot of promo into. I really enjoyed the lead up to this film coming out because I feel like they really invested a lot in it and did promote it well and did treat it like the standard rom-com, and I enjoyed that very much. I also feel like watching it felt very much like a typical rom-com in the best way possible. It didn't feel like it was just a black rom-com or just a black film. It felt very much like an amalgamation of both of those things. So I enjoyed that very much. I thought it was a sweet movie. Hallie's character is, oh, that girl is scattered. She's a little chaotic. Okay. Anna, which we find out her name is actually Brianna. Anyway, I her character was very endearing, okay? She a lot going on, okay? Shall we say her character was a mess, especially from the beginning of the film. As soon as it starts, it's like, "Oh girl, what's going on with you?" Okay, you do need a change of scenery. I see it. So she hightails it out of there after a kerfuffle with her job. And she's like, you know what? I need to switch it up. She's talking to her bestie, and she's like, I gotta switch things up. I'm trying not to tell you the whole movie. I'm giving tidbits, but please do watch it to find out what really happens in the beginning and how she gets to where she's going. She ends up in Italy. She finds a place to stay, and that's being generous. But she finds a place to stay when she's gone to Italy with very little money and very little plan. But she's like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And she goes and she ends up having this really sweet, but also chaotic experience. And okay, basically, she's pretending to be the fiance of a guy whose family still lives in Italy. He's kind of estranged, he's estranged from his family, which is why she's able to get away with this for as long as she's able to get away with it. Meanwhile, his brother, his black brother, which is funny to me, but meanwhile his brother is there and they're getting to know each other and they're getting to like each other. Throughout the film, I'm rooting for her. I didn't know how I wanted this to end, but I did know I wanted her to win. I knew that even though she wasn't being completely honest with everyone, I wanted her to win. It felt like she needed a win. When you hear her story, you hear about how she lost her mom and how she had all these dreams, and then things just kind of got turned upside down for her. I was like, I just want something good to happen to this person. I understand that she's not being honest, and that's not okay, but I really wanted something good to happen for her. So I was pleased with the ending. Again, a typical romantic comedy ends with two people in love, happy and in love, okay? Most romantic comedies are not like The Breakup, which is one of my favorite movies in that genre because of the fact that it completely defies what the expectation is of this sort of movie. So I liked it. I thought that the acting was cool. I didn't have any major issues with the acting. I thought they did what they came to do. I love the setting. I mean, Tuscany being the setting for this movie and just the lush greenery, and we're on vineyards and we're in the city. We're really seeing the city landscape and all of that, the beautiful homes. I loved all of that. I loved the family vibe that there was. That grandma, Nona, oh my gosh. Listen, Nona clocked it. From the beginning, Nona knew something was off. But she ended up being a real one. She ended up being a real one throughout. I gotta say, she was a real one from the beginning to the end, for various reasons. But she was like one of my favorites in the movie. What else can I tell you without telling you the entire film? It's complicated. Like the brothers, their dynamic was weird and competitive and a little obnoxious too. And I was just like, oh, this, would you want to deal with this for the rest of your life? I don't know. But I'm happy it ended the way it ended. It ended the way it should have. And yeah, I thought this was great. I thought this was a great movie. I don't really have too many complaints. What I will say is, again, I don't think it was like super groundbreaking, but I do think that we need to allow these love stories to happen. I think it's important for us to see Black people finding love and like being really excited about finding love, or just even the travel aspect of it. It was so aspirational for her to go to Italy, for her to be able to cook for the festival, for her to just like live her best life and experience her dreams, have her dreams realized. Maybe not the way she had planned, or I don't know if she really had a plan by the time we get to Italy, but I thought it was sweet. I know there's been some negative feedback about this. I'll say this. I think that as Black women, there are a lot of different types of Black women. There are a lot of different experiences had by Black women. I think it's okay for us to have a wide range of stories that are out there. And this is not the only story to tell about a Black woman finding love or two Black people finding love. This is just one. And I think it's okay to have this. And I think it's okay for it to have the tropes and again, I felt like this felt like a typical rom-com, and I enjoyed it for that. Sometimes I think that we just can enjoy things for what they are. So that's my little 2 cents about You, Me, and Tuscany. I would recommend, if I had to give it a rating, I would give it a solid 7.5. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was cute. Only thing I would say is that the secondhand embarrassment with some of the things that happened, I was just like, ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Anyway, do check it out if you can. And if you've seen it, leave me a comment and let me know. If you don't want to see it, leave me a comment and let me know why you don't want to see it. But yeah, I would recommend it. And that is going to wrap up today's episode. I'm your girl Dash, and we'll see you tomorrow. I don't think we will. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye.